You've probably heard the phrase, feed the soil, not the plant, but what if I told you that the key to doing exactly that lies in a few humble forgotten crops growing right under our noses? Welcome back to Soil Sage Chronicles, where we turn the wisdom of the earth into powerful, practical, gardening hacks. Today we're diving deep into super crops, ancient plants that not only thrive in tough conditions, but also supercharge your garden soil when used the right way. These aren't just any plants. They're the foundation of a living, self-sustaining garden ecosystem. And the best part? You can turn them into an organic growth elixir known as FPJ, Fermented Plant Juice, the natural fertilizer your soil will absolutely love. By the end of this article, you'll know exactly how to make FPJ from two forgotten powerhouse plants, how to apply it with perfect ratios, and how to test which one boosts your garden the most. So grab your notebook and maybe a mason jar, because we're going old school, and it's going to change your garden forever. Every gardener knows that soil health determines everything, from the sweetness of your tomatoes to the lushness of your greens. But modern agriculture often forgets that plants themselves can feed other plants. Supercrops are those special species that grow fast, accumulate nutrients, and share them back with the soil when composted, mulched, or fermented. Two such gems that deserve a serious comeback in 2026 are Comfrey and sweet potato leaves. They may not be glamorous, but both are nutrient-packed workhorses that can transform your soil biology faster than any store-bought fertilizer. Let's unearth their hidden potential. If you've never grown comfrey, picture a lush green plant with broad, velvety leaves that can shoot up to your knees. Comfrey is a dynamic accumulator, meaning it sends roots deep into the subsoil, sometimes several feet down, to mine nutrients most plants can't reach. It draws up potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, and trace minerals, storing them in its leaves like nature's nutrient vault. When those leaves are harvested and fermented, they become a liquid gold fertilizer that your vegetables, flowers, and fruit trees adore. Gardeners have called comfrey the compost activator and the green miracle for a reason. It doesn't just feed plants, it revives the entire microbial life in the soil. But comfrey's magic doesn't stop there. Because it's perennial, it grows year after year with minimal care, offering an endless supply of green fertilizer for free. In a world moving towards sustainable gardening, that's pure gold. Now, let's talk about a crop most gardeners overlook, sweet potato leaves. While we're all used to harvesting their tubers, their leaves are actually nutrient-dense and enzyme-rich, perfect for creating a fast-acting FPJ. Sweet potato leaves grow fast, regenerate quickly, and are packed with natural growth hormones and antioxidants that encourage plant vigor and leaf development. In tropical and subtropical regions, these greens are used not only as food, but as a secret farming ingredient for boosting soil vitality. When you ferment sweet potato leaves, you get a mild yet potent FPJ that's excellent for stimulating green growth, particularly in leafy vegetables, herbs, and seedlings. It's like a cup of green juice for your garden, refreshing, nourishing, and all natural. Now that you know your two supercrops, let's roll up our sleeves and turn them into your soil's secret weapon. FPJ is simple to make. No fancy equipment, no chemicals, just plants, sugar, and patience. What's happening in FPJ is pure biological genius. The sugar draws out moisture from the plant tissue, creating an environment where beneficial microorganisms break down the plant material and release nutrients and growth-promoting compounds into liquid form. The result? A highly concentrated natural fertilizer that can be diluted and sprayed to boost plant metabolism, root development, and microbial activity in the soil. Let's go step by step. Alright, let's dive into the first recipe. Comfrey FPJ. You'll need 1 kilogram of fresh, young comfrey leaves, preferably harvested early in the morning, 1 kilogram of brown sugar or molasses, a non-metallic container like ceramic, glass, or food-grade plastic, and a breathable cloth or paper cover. Now here are the steps. First, chop the leaves finely. The smaller the pieces, the faster they'll release their juices. Mix them in a 1-to-1 ratio by weight with the sugar. Stir gently until the mixture starts to sweat. This means the sugar is drawing out the liquid. Press the mixture lightly into the container, leaving a few inches of space at the top. Cover it with cloth to allow gases to escape while keeping bugs out. Store it in a cool, shaded area for 7 days. After a week, strain the liquid and store it in a dark glass bottle. This is your Comfrey FPJ. Thick, sweet-smelling, and full of nutrients. Store it tightly sealed in a cool place and it will last up to 6 months. Moving on to recipe number 2, Sweet Potato Leaf FPJ. For this you'll need 1 kilogram of fresh sweet potato leaves and shoots, 1 kilogram of brown sugar or molasses, a clean, non-metallic container, and a cloth cover. The steps are as follows: harvest tender young leaves, preferably before sunrise when nutrients are highest. Chop them finely, and mix in equal parts sugar, maintaining that 1-to-1 ratio. Mix until the sugar begins to liquefy the greens. Press lightly into your fermentation container. Cover with a breathable cloth and store away from sunlight. Ferment for 5 to 7 days. Sweet potato leaves ferment a little faster than Comfrey. Strain and bottle the liquid. Label it clearly. Sweet Potato FPJ. This FPJ has a lighter scent and texture, but don't underestimate it. It's an incredible growth enhancer, especially for young plants and greens. The beauty of FPJ lies in its versatility. You can use it as a foliar spray, soil drench, or even a seedling tonic. But here's the secret: the right dilution ratio makes all the difference. For general use, start mild and observe how your plants respond. Too strong, and you risk overfeeding. Too weak, and you won't see results. Below are tried and true ratios that work beautifully in most garden conditions. For foliar spray, dilute FPJ at a 1 to 500 ratio, that's 2 milliliters, about half a teaspoon, per liter of water. Spray early morning or late afternoon when leaves can absorb nutrients without sunburn. For soil drench, go gentler, about 1 to 1000 ratio, 1 milliliter per liter of water. Pour directly at the base of your plants to stimulate root growth and feed soil microbes. For seedlings or delicate plants, use a 1 to 2000 ratio, 0.5 milliliters per liter. This helps them develop strong roots without stress. Now let's make it practical. If you have a 10 square meter garden, prepare about 10 liters of diluted FPJ solution for one application. That's just 20 milliliters of FPJ concentrate in total. You can split that evenly between Comfrey and Sweet Potato FPJs if you're running a side-by-side test. Apply FPJ every 7 to 10 days, alternating between Comfrey and Sweet Potato formulas. Within 3 to 4 weeks, you'll start seeing the magic: greener leaves, stronger stems, faster growth, and even better fruiting. Here's where soil sage science meets garden curiosity. To really understand how each FPJ performs, set up a simple comparison test in your garden. Plant identical crops, say tomatoes, kale, or beans, in 2 equal plots. Treat one plot with Comfrey FPJ and the other with Sweet Potato FPJ at the same dilution and schedule. Keep all other conditions the same: watering, sunlight, soil type, everything. Over the next month, take notes. Which plants grow faster? Which have darker, glossier leaves? Which set flowers earlier or produce more fruit? You'll be amazed at the difference, and the data you collect will help you tailor future FPJ blends for specific results. Some gardeners find that Comfrey FPJ boosts fruiting plants better, while Sweet Potato FPJ delivers lush leaf growth. Either way, your garden wins. 2026 is shaping up to be a turning point for sustainable gardening. As the world grapples with depleted soils and rising fertilizer costs, gardeners are rediscovering that the answers were in the soil all along. Comfrey and Sweet Potato are more than just crops. They're teachers. They remind us that nature's cycles are self-sustaining if we let them be. By learning to ferment, feed, and return nutrients to the soil, we're not just gardening, we're participating in regeneration. When you make FPJ, you're brewing more than plant juice. You're creating a living ecosystem in a bottle, teeming with beneficial microbes and enzymes. Each spray nourishes your plants, strengthens their natural defenses, and builds healthier soil biology over time. In other words, this is the kind of gardening that doesn't just produce harvests, it produces hope. So there you have it: 2 forgotten supercrops, 2 powerful FPJs, and 1 timeless truth. The best fertilizers are the ones nature already gave us. Whether you're a beginner experimenting with your first compost pile or a seasoned gardener chasing the perfect tomato, remember that every handful of soil holds a world of life, and your job is to keep that world thriving. So go ahead and try your FPJ experiment this season. Document your results, tweak your ratios, and see which recipe your garden loves best. And when you do, don't keep it to yourself. Share your discoveries with the Soil Sage Chronicles community. Together, we're building gardens that will outlast trends and chemicals alike. If this guide inspired you or taught you something new, hit that subscribe button, share this with a fellow gardener, and let's grow a greener, wiser world, one soil at a time.